this is the voice that a man that I am serving and loving, this is as loud as I'm going to get. And I'm going to ask him and I'm going to serve him the way that he deserves to be served. But on a panel, he is going to expect me to defend myself from men that I do not have a sexual relationship with.
But you would get much further if you spoke on the panel in the manner that you're speaking now.
But why would I speak sexy to men that I'm not sexy with?
I mean,
Whenever I'm having an argument, I like to recite. So for me to make sure, because I know when I'm in, especially when I'm in love with a man, right? If something happened, I'm emotional. I'm not one of those lash out people, but inside I'm emotional. So if he says something, I like to repeat it. So I was like, so you're saying, and a lot of guys, what'll happen is like, no, that's not what I said. I'm like, but that's me asking you, is that what you're saying? That way you have an opportunity to correct me if I'm not hearing you correctly, because I do want to understand what you are saying. And I know for me, sometimes when I'm emotional, it doesn't come out. I'm always a nice person, not a lash out person, but my words don't come out the way I want them to. So I like people to recite to me, what is it that you think I just said, so I can make sure that we are having that. This just happens to me like Wednesday.
Well, and instead of saying, so you are saying, maybe change it up a little bit and say, I heard what you said, but just to clarify so that I'm understanding, are you saying this? So I think if you present it a little bit differently, it won't come off as, so you're saying,
Right? You're
because
right.
it's almost like this is what you're hearing, but you're not saying that's what you're just seeking clarification. I think if you just word it a little
No,
bit differently,
yeah,
it
yeah, yeah.
may
And
better.
so that was our first argument. And so because I said that, now he understood what I'm saying. He said, oh, okay, let me just, but you're right. I need to use better words. And that phrase would have been a little bit better than the one that I had. But when you
another part too with women, and I think this is something that happens consistently with between men and women, is the tone that women would use to
sure.
to their spouse. Is one thing to say, uh, okay, well, is this what you're saying? Compared to, well, it sounds like you saying, you know what I'm saying, like that. Not saying that that's what you do,
Mhm.
but in many cases, once the conversation has gone and it's past where we're having a conversation and it's starting to escalate, every temperature starts to rise. The tone in which the expression is being made, it tends to start to go awry, and that then makes the man become more defensive. I think that another part of it too that women forget is that if we're in a relationship, we're having a conversation, and I can sense you becoming aggressive with me. It's almost, in most cases, in men, it's their natural instinct to become aggressive as well. Depending on the man, depending on what the conversation is, the topic, whatever the case may be, because that's what men are. We have to go out into the world, and sometimes we have to be aggressive. So if a woman becomes aggressive with us, then it's like, hold on now. I almost have to now. You're now making it so that I feel that I have to talk to you in the manner that I would talk to another man. You know what I'm saying? Because you're taking that approach with me as if you're a man as well.
So
See, can I please, can I go real quick? It's not long. So this is where panels and personal life get misunderstood, because see, with a man that I'm intimate with and a man that I love and care about will never ever get a debatable side of me. I'm going to always be soft, and I'm going to always be that woman that is, I need you to listen to me type situation, like Turner Classic Movies. Um, Babe, this is what I'm trying to say. I'm not fixing to argue with you. Like, that's the soft part. Now, what I need people to understand is that's what I told y'all about the split personalities of the Gemini. When I'm
It's
on
it's
their
hard to it's hard to decipher that if you're giving off the image that you are argumentative, then how am I not supposed to think that that that's what you're going to do all the time?
Because the
It's
man that I mess
contradictory.
with knows me already in a very very personal and in a closed door relationship.
But
So
how you
yeah,
portray yourself is what you.
wait a minute, sir. And nobody in this panel knows how I am when my door closes. So what I'm trying to say is,
But why not show us
does
that?
it make me two-faced that I'm able to pop off on the internet and become and I've heard men actually say, I hate when a woman say, it's fine that you hate it, but I'm sitting here telling you that this is the voice that a man that I am serving and loving. This is as loud as I'm going to get, and I'm going to ask him and I'm going to serve him the way that he deserves to be served. But on a panel, he is going to expect me to defend myself from men that I do not have a sexual relationship with.
But you would get much further if you spoke on the panel in the manner that you're speaking now.
But why would I speak sexy to men that I'm not sexy with?
I mean, I'm not asking you to speak sexy. You're speaking soft. You're speaking
Yeah,
like a
but for
woman. You're
what?
speaking feminine.
I'm
So
not I'm
if
not
you're
trying.
not speaking in
See, you're
those
cutting me
manners,
off again. I'm not trying to be. I'm just showing you the real side of me. I'm not trying to be that woman with you guys.
but why
The
not?
man
That's my
that
question.
matters knows that I'm this way.
But why not?
Why so?
Because you're perpetuating, you're strengthening people, women, to think that this is a normal way that a woman is supposed to speak to men, and which is
A
not the
woman
case.
that's speaking to strangers should
It
always
don't
keep a
matter.
guard up.
It shouldn't matter if it's a stranger or a person that you know. If that's your characteristic, then that's what you're going to be.
Okay, so when he hit me up about my mother's passing, I was very feminine with him and very gracious for that.
Well,
You know
who?
what I'm saying? Because he know me really. But see, the panels, as JR knows, is we're trying. There's a point to these panels. We trying to get these things up, and sometimes you got to have a villain. But what I'm trying to get you to understand, sir, since you keep coming for me, is that the man that is behind closed doors with me knows that if we're getting to a confrontation, he's correct until I have some questions. So, ladies out there, know that stranger danger is real and that you should not be this vulnerable with a man that is not keeping you, saving you, and taking care of you, because you will get taken advantage of in a world where men are out here sick. Not all of y'all are sick,
So
but
I
I
have a
don't.
question. I
Hold
have a
on, hold
question.
on. Before that question, I just want to clarify that.
Absolutely.
I just
Mhm.
want to clarify this. I'm not looking for a villain. What I do like is with people with different perspectives, because there's somebody else that thinks like that
That's what I was
individual.
going to say.
So that's what I like to just get different perspectives. I'm
That's what
not
I
looking
was
for
going to say. Are we coming on this panel to be villains, or are we coming on this panel to enhance and push forward our culture and the
I'm not
people
trying
that
to be
that's
a
in it?
villain, but if you're wrong, you're wrong.
But you just said that you created this character to come on the
I
panel to
I
be
never
a
said
villain.
my character was a villain, did I? If I did, I'm mistaken. I apologize.
Okay.
If I use the word villain because I live in a Disneyland world, I apologize if I said villain. What I mean is that I'm a debatable female. I don't want to be a villain. But at any
Okay.
point in time when a male or female is pushing against my values that I know are fact, I'm definitely going to defend myself. Now, the way I defend myself on a panel and the way I defend myself at home is completely and utterly different because I don't know you. Now, once I get to know you, like I said, he hit me up about my mom, and I was very soft. Thank you. I'm yes, I'm in distress. damsel in distress. And he asked me if I needed anything, let him know out of respect for his woman. It wasn't on no creepy stuff. He just know that I lost my mother. And I was like, I will let you know. There was nothing, and that's just the Disney princess in me. Yes, it is possible for a woman to be one part on in the internet and another part with a man. That's just that she cares about. That is just what it is. And y'all can call it two-faced if you want to, but I'm here for fun and for conversation. So at the end of the day, the man that counts knows who I really am.